And welcome back to the Pen In Podcast. I'm your host, Pen and Pant, and today, as always, we are the co-host, Pumpin' Pumper himself, Penny Lifts.
I was waiting for the new nickname this week. That's gonna be my favorite part about doing this.
God damn
Oh
it,
man.
pissing me off. Okay, sorry, keep going. What are you up
Okay.
to?
You know,
How are you
we're
doing?
living. We went to work and then I'll start with this. I slept in for the first time in like 2 weeks today and it felt really good. So
Ooh,
that's a good way to start the day. And
mm,
then
feel that.
went to work. I thought I was going to be scheduled alone because I always get scheduled alone. But
Yeah.
Mason came in, legend,
Oh shit.
and that helped. So that was cool. Then came home, ate some fish, and then now we're on the pod, my guy. Ha.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's good.
How about you? What's going on today, Zachy?
Hmm. I also slept in. I slept in a long time today,
Hell
but
yeah.
yeah, I was staying up. Stayed up kind of late last night. It was good to sleep in. Like, that like sleep where you're just rolling around in bed just trying to get that extra amount of sleep. Yeah, that was me today.
Indeed.
It
Hell
felt
yeah.
nice, but yeah, I woke up. I actually recorded the gameplay footage you're seeing now for today. I was just playing
Uh,
straight up. Yeah, I'll get to that what we're playing. But today, still battling that. Like right after last week's podcast, I like fell sick and
yes.
I was out for 3 days at work. So still have that
Damn.
the chest congestion. You'll probably hear me coughing.
Yeah, dude.
The audience will definitely hear that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
That's fucked, man. I didn't know it was gonna make you miss work. I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah,
Guess it
dude,
was.
I just couldn't go in. Like it was first 2 days was achy as I was achy as hell. But now the third day, I was just like, I just need one more day.
I
One more
gotcha.
day to
Yeah, no, I
recuperate.
always take the extra day, the
Mm-hmm.
precautionary day, because sometimes if you don't take that day, you just get sick again, and then you have to miss more. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah, I definitely gotcha.
Yeah. What are you playing this week? What's
Ooh,
going on in
as you
the
can
in the
see,
video verse?
there's been a lot. So, like I
Yes.
said, when I was sick, I did finish Live Alive, and
Oh yeah.
I love that game. It's a great game.
Right.
The last chapter though, grindy as
Uh huh.
fuck,
Oh
because
really?
the whole sequence where after you beat the 7 chapters, you unlock the 8th chapter, which is
Hmm.
that chapter really ties in on how like everybody kind of meets. And I was like,
I
oh,
see.
I see. Yeah, it's typical because
Interesting.
all that shit happens in like the medieval times. Some weird ass shit
Right.
happened. That was the chapter. I was like, oh, okay,
Mm.
I see how this is gonna go. In the last chapter, I found all the players, all the other playable heroes, and I pretty much. So I got the. You can take 3 party members. No, 4. You take So you choose who you want to play the last chapter with, and I chose Oboromaru, the feudal Japan guy. I thought it was cool, and I had with me the Imperial China lady Lei Kuang. I had the Unga Bunga guy,
Oh yeah, I
and then
was
I
waiting for you to say Oonga Boonga.
had and then I had one more person with me. I can't remember. Oh, I had the martial artist guy, like the present day dude, who would just it's
Oh yeah.
basically the Mortal Kombat kind of character. And
Yeah,
so
right.
I went up to the last boss, right? I went like the whole castle was as tough as hell,
Right.
and then I got to the final boss, totally kicked my ass. Well, not even kicked my ass. I had one character left for like 10 minutes until when he got to low health. That's when he decided to like, you know what? I'm tired of this. fuck you.
I'm done with this
I'm done. You guys,
bullshit.
I was kind of cheesing him, just spamming like the same thing over and over again. So I guess he got kind of tired of that. And so then I had to
Right.
go grind my whole party up. And so in that last area, each character of the 7 has their own dungeons, and in their dungeons they have like the best gear for them. So I did
Oh, yeah.
that. That took like 2 hours because I did a walkthrough.
Okay.
Some of the dungeons are confusing, man. So I had to do a
Really?
walkthrough. Yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah, final boss done. It was like a phase. It's like 3 different boss fights. It's like Jesus, typical,
Yeah.
like a Japanese, RPG, especially from like the
Stacked.
90s.
Yeah.
Boss doesn't end on the first go. But yeah, finished that. Clocked in at like 26 hours. Would recommend. It's a really fun. It's a really fun game if you enjoy turn based, and you can like different storytelling, chapters, different time periods,
Right.
stuff like that. Other than
Mhm.
that, I streamed Pokemon Brilliant Diamond the other day. Did some
Well,
resets.
yeah.
Trying to get shiny Rayquaza. I'm at like
Damn.
700 attempts right now.
700. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and like
Goddamn,
the
bro.
chances of getting is like 1 in 4,096.
Wow. Oh, okay. That's like not insane, but like if you already done 700 attempts, that means you're like almost 25% of the way.
Almost, yeah. So still working on that. I played Ghost of Tsushima like on my PS5 just casually because I eventually want to
Yeah.
get that platinum. It's an amazing game, like goats. I put it up as one of my goat games.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about it. I've never played it though because I don't own a PlayStation.
Then on my Switch, I started up since I finished Live Alive. I started up Dragon Quest 11,
Mhm.
and that was like my first like RPG ever. I played Dragon Quest 9 on my DS, and so I just been really
Yeah,
into it. So yeah,
cool.
this is sort of more the same. I think there's just a lot more to do. It's like Switch. It's like on PlayStation, Xbox too.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then today and last night, I was thinking of what to play, and I was like, you know what?
Mhm.
You know what? I kind of want to see what Kingdom Hearts is all about. This whole talk. There are a
Well,
fuck ton
yeah,
of Kingdom Heart games. You didn't
yeah,
know?
dude. There's a fucking. I know.
Did you
There's
play
a ton,
3?
dude. Um,
I think it's somebody
I
else.
I played like an hour of it, maybe, and I
Because
played maybe like 5 hours of the first game.
because Ishan bought
That's it.
3, didn't he? Then
That's right. Yeah.
okay. Yep, that's
Yeah.
all I've been playing. I like Kingdom Hearts. Definitely can tell it's from like 2002 though.
Yeah, it's dated. I could never. I don't know. I never liked it that much. Like, I think if I would have played it when I was young, I might have, but I can't really like latch onto it that well. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
You gotta have like
Yeah,
that final like. I recognize some of those Final Fantasy characters, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
But if
right.
if you don't,
Yeah,
you're like,
no.
who the fuck is this? Why should I
Yeah,
care
what the
about them?
fuck? Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, well, I don't really get it. So I don't know. It
What have you
feels
been
like a
playing?
weird kind of forced combination of like I'll probably get ripped for this by people who like this game, but like it feels like a forced combo between like anime shit and like Disney for no, I don't know. It's weird.
I'll,
I never I
I'll
never
let you
figured
know.
that out.
Let you know when I
Yeah.
beat it. What
Yeah. But I
you
don't know.
been doing, man?
Well, I've been off the sticks this week. That's not true. I played a little bit of. I can't stop playing Wonderlands. I know I completely shit on it last week, but like, I just like the gameplay is so good. I just can't. I can't stop.
You looking to
It
do
just
everything?
no. I'm just like trying to hit level 40 and get max level. If I'm still dissatisfied, then maybe I'll do more. But like for now, I just want to be level 40, and I'm like 38 right now, so I'm getting
Oh,
pretty
okay.
close.
You're close.
But yeah, so playing. Holy shit, I am so tired today. I'm sorry. um, I so yeah, playing that. Other than that, been really busy with like going to a lot of friends events. So um, me and my girlfriend went to Eli's housewarming party for their new apartment, so that was fun. Um, just kind of like a chill, laid back little get together vibe. That was fun. Enjoyed that. Just kind of hung out, talked to everybody, all the things. That was cool.
That's nice.
And then let's see, what was it? 2 days later or something? 3 days later? I don't know. Sometime later, also during this week, our friend Brandon just got married.
Congratulations, Brandon, because I know he
Whoa,
listens to this.
Brandon! Yeah.
He listens to this on the Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. So congrats, Brandon. Yeah, that was yesterday. So we saw, me and my girlfriend went there. We chit chatted with Bailey and Hallie and JT and Gabby at the wedding reception. So that was cool. Really nice reception. Whoever designed it put a lot of thought into it. I think it was Brandon's
nice.
mom. Shout out Brandon's mom. Good job.
They look nice.
Brandon, you were looking sharp. He was looking he had a nice beige suit on. Must have been really hot. That's the only thing. Yeah, you went for the beige, bro.
Ooh.
Went for that Connecticut casual.
Connecticut casual.
So yeah, it was looking good. I thought he'd probably be pretty hot, but it was kind of cool that night, so I'm sure he was okay. But they had cupcakes. Me and my girlfriend ate a bunch of the vanilla ones. They were really good. We couldn't stop. It was real nice. And then what else? They had like charcuterie boards of like meat.
That?
You know, like the like a it's like a slab of like, so it's like, how do I describe it? It's like, okay, imagine one of those big wooden cutting boards, right? And it's just like covered with like, you know, like salami and cheese and like little grapes and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like
an
the rich people bring them to,
an assortment?
yeah, like an assortment. It's called a charcuterie board. Yeah, it's like an assortment of things, and you have your little toothpick, and you put it on the toothpick. You know what I'm talking about?
And I hate English.
But yeah, so they had that, and saw Brandon's dad. He's got a big beard now. It's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what he looks like. Damn.
He had no beard the last time I saw him, and now he's got a huge one. It's pretty funny. But yeah, so there's that, and then a little more injury progress. I'm able to do like basically painless squats because I kind of did a form rework, and that feels really good. And then my deadlift is like, I don't really have pain deadlifting. It's just like I can't do it very heavy. So like I've just been slowly increasing the weight. So like doing 5 sets of 8 at a progressively increased weight. So getting better. Still feels a little stiff. Not very comfortable, but it's okay. We're on the way to greatness.
That's right. That's right. Keep going, man. You got this.
Yes, sir.
Well, that even reminds me. So I was able to try out your program that you gave me because I was sick.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
No, I was sick. I couldn't do it.
Oh shit! Yeah, that makes sense.
So
okay,
I'm gonna be starting it. Hopefully, if I feel better tomorrow, not coughing up fucking lungs.
Right. Yeah, dude. No, for sure. Yeah, don't jump into it. Yeah, for listeners, I wrote Zach an exercise program, and we're gonna see how it goes. But obviously, as he just said, the sickness has prevented his beginning. But yeah, dude, for sure, absolutely. Let me know how it goes. Don't jump into it if you're like still sick, because you're just gonna like be overly sore and like not perform well. So just like, you know, my main principle is listen to your body. Make sure you're really in tune with that. So
yeah, I was excited too, but then fell hella sick.
Shit changed.
Yeah, I get sick like that like twice a year, so I just want to lose time.
For me, it's always when I go on vacation. Like I got so sick during my camping trip in June. Like it was horrible. Like ugh. But that's okay.
Well, good thing you didn't get sick when you visited me.
Right? Yeah. That was sucked ass. But nope, we're good now. So I think that's everything with me, though. Oh, I start school this week.
Oh, that's right. Start school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's about it though. So
All right.
yeah,
Sorry, taking 3 classes.
I am. Yep,
Okay.
3 classes. Two of the teachers I've had before, and then the third one I don't know. So
Okay.
we'll see. Yeah.
Good. Good. Glad you're making some progress.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Of course. So
Hell yeah.
let's get into the news. There's a
Let's jump right. What
bunch
is
of
it? What
news
does
that
that guy
happened this
say?
week. Oh,
What does Keemstar
let's
say?
get
Let's get.
right into the news.
Yeah. We'll just steal that.
Yeah, fucking okay. Quick news. So we're gonna get through these more quickly than our main news topics, but a lot of shit happened this week.
Yes.
So our first news item: Multiverses is the best seller for July in the U.S. This game continues to just keep fucking rolling, man. And now like
yeah.
LeBron James is in there, like our friend Miles, who was he played it, and somebody asked him like what's the most OP character? Like what's just the good character? He's like a lot of people use LeBron James. It's pretty fucking annoying.
I can't believe that LeBron James is the most overpowered character in this fucking game. I think it's so funny.
It's fucking hilarious. They topped the market based on dollar sales. So and Fortnite did this. Like free to play games have this like founder pack bundles when they initially launched, which can cost between like $40 and $100, especially for high profile ones. But yeah, they give you extra stuff, probably more characters and more coins, whatever the hell it was. But
yeah,
it's crazy, dude. I can't believe Multiverses like just came out.
Yeah, dude. It is cool though. It's a good idea. I knew like since that I think that was our second podcast we talked about it. I knew it's gonna do well. Like it's gonna be sick. So exciting.
Yeah, finally released. But I might check it out, but you have to play with me, or I have somebody else to play with me because I definitely don't want to play online. I'll get my ass kicked.
Oh Jesus, dude! Online and fighting games is fucking horrific.
Oh,
horrific.
I can't. Like I just know how bad like Ishan or like DJ like would just pummel people in Mortal Kombat.
Oh
dude.
God, I know.
I can't imagine
Insanity.
online people who like play that for a living. I don't know, living, but like too much.
Yeah, they come home from work and they play fighting games. That's all they do.
Yeah. Oh, so in the season 1 launched this week for Multiverses, and they nerfed Bugs Bunny, Velma, and Finn.
Not Finn. Damn it! That's who I wanted.
Can you imagine, like saying that, like like in a game, they got nerfed.
Bro, they nerfed Velma. Fuck.
But you know who they gave buffs to? Arya Stark, LeBron James, and Wonder Woman. I just said that in a sentence. In a fighting game, they were buffed.
Bro, they. Oh my god.
They got buffed.
That's so funny, dude. Fucking LeBron James. He's OP in real life. He doesn't need to be OP in the game. That's fucked up.
I'm pretty sure he's like, I think he's made the most money like ever now. I think he's like the most paid player of all time.
Oh
insane.
Fucking
like not
crazy,
accounting for
dude.
inflation, I think, but I don't know.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
All right, you want to handle the next news topic, buddy?
Yeah. All right. So we got some video game movies. So, you know, we have a past with some movies not doing so well. Like what are our examples? Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider didn't do good. There's two different types of Tomb Raiders. There's one with Angelina Jolie, then now this the other one, which actually people thought was all right, but then it got canned because of some ownership issues.
Right. Yeah. But basically, video game movies are sometimes a hit and most of the time a miss. So we have Sony here reportedly working on a Days Gone movie. PS4 title will reportedly be the next game franchise adapted by PlayStation Productions, according to VGC. Essentially, Days Gone. Did we play that together? I can't remember.
No, it's a PlayStation game, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a PlayStation exclusive. So, no. But I remember hearing about it in some way.
Yeah, it sold like 9
Who
million.
played it?
Sold 9
Yeah.
million units, and then didn't
Right.
get a sequel. They're like, I didn't perform up to our expectations. 9 million,
Oh,
dog. 9
yeah.
million.
Fuck. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Doesn't make sense to me, but at least it's getting some more attention. That
Yeah,
will, give
this
the creators some freedom, I would hope.
this
Um,
movie adds on. Like Sony is making movies or adaptations, or I think TV shows slash movie adaptations of. I think so now. Days Gone, God of War, Ghost of
yep,
Tsushima,
yep.
Horizon, Gran Turismo. Do you know that they're making like an adaptation of Gran Turismo?
I had no idea.
Gran Turismo. I think there's
No
one
idea.
more, but fuck. I just hope they're
Yeah.
good. But like,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Right.
Like they're making that money. It's
For sure.
build the IP up in games, expand into the media.
Yeah. No, that seems to be like the vibe because like you get that with The Witcher too, and The Witcher's done so well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
You go from you start at a basic medium like because The Witcher was a book, and then you go into the game, and then you get a TV show, you get a Netflix special.
oof, and
So
yeah,
yeah, sounds cool. But the other entertainment news with Sega rather than Sony. So two of Sega's more niche games are being turned into movies. Space Channel 5 and Comic Zone have been announced for the big screen. I have never heard of either
I
of
don't know
these,
what
to
the
be
fuck.
100% honest
Niche
with
is
you.
right because I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck that
niche
is.
as fuck. Because like Sega, obviously they made the Sonic movies, and they were kind of a meme, but like they did really well. So maybe they can achieve the same level of success. I don't know,
Maybe.
but it's my best guess.
Let's,
So who
let me
knows,
look at
man?
this again.
Hopefully it does well.
Space Channel X and Comics Zone. I mean, you see the image I'm looking at, right?
Yeah.
Totally two different images. One some weird forehead polygon lady. It's so weird. Comic Zone was released in 1995 for the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis with like PC and Game Boy Advance ports. What kind of
So
systems are
weird.
those? And then the
That's
other one,
weird, man.
a music game Space Channel. Okay, so music game. It's a music game. Space Channel
Yeah.
5 received 2 Dreamcast games in the 90s and a PS2 port and another GBA version.
Why?
How do you port those?
That's so strange. Like it's how are they going to turn a music game into a film?
Yeah,
That's
and
so weird.
VGC reports, according to Hollywood Reporter, that Space Channel 5 takes a comedy / dance view of the 99 game and will tell the story of a, quote, hapless fast food worker who's recruited by a freedom reporter from the future to save the world from aliens using the one thing that unites all people of the planet, our love of silly viral dances, end quote.
God. What the fuck?
This is gonna be a
Holy shit.
wild. Okay, I mean that's probably like a premise of like many animes, like just how wild shit like that. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
fucking
assuming.
weird, man. Whatever. All right. Good for Sega.
Are these like
Get that
is live
cash.
action or is this like animated?
God, dude, I don't know that this picture of this chick with the big forehead. I don't know, man.
But
If
they're
that
both
was
film
real.
yeah. There's film, but is it gonna be animated? Or is it gonna be live action?
Oh, I see. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know how you could do that live
I
action. That's a big budget.
I would love to see the actress they cast to play this girl.
Like she's even the main character. Yeah.
That would be more of a roast than a compliment, I think.
All right.
Terrible.
Let's move
All
on.
right. Well, you know what? Let's go. Good job, Sega.
You gotta
Rolling
say,
in.
see what you can do about that.
Yeah.
Nintendo announced Wave Race 64 will be added to Switch's online 64 library this week. I actually played a little bit of this, and I'm kind of a sucker for these like those jet ski and racing games, or just like unique racing games that it's not just cars, or it's not a cart.
Yeah.
I actually just bought like
Mhm.
so Star Wars did a fucking racing game with the lead up to like after the Phantom Menace. fucking called
The racing one.
Super Bombad Racing. And it was like $10. I was like, this is a meme. I have to buy this. I'm gonna get some footage because it looks stupid. And so, and then I also have people also oh geez, if you do recognize this, PS2 had two Splashdown games which are pretty much similar, like just jet ski racing games. Those are cool. I played those a lot. I played that a lot. So I'm actually going to play Wave Race, and Wave Race 64 got a sequel on the GameCube that I actually have also. I want to play a lot of retro games, but also I've just started fucking Kingdom Hearts and Dragon Quest 11, so time.
There's so many.
What I want to do.
There's so many fucking old ass games to play. It's lovely.
I know, and people expect like all these shit games coming out. It's like you are competing with my back catalog. You think I won't not buy your game and just play what I have now?
Yeah, exactly.
Wild. But yeah, this game's water physics. I mean, if you look up a trailer for this, dude, for the 64, this game's water physics are top notch. I was playing it, I was like, damn, this is a pretty fucking. This looks sick as fuck.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of watching this little video in the article here.
Yeah,
the water physics are impressive. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, if you had a Switch, dude, we would play this two player.
Dude, the gameplay though. Holy shit!
Right?
How cool is that?
You do tricks and everything, dude. That's hype, man. They keep adding some good games to the Twitch online service.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it kind of reminds me. You know those games that you play in the arcade? Yeah, it's like a third-person racer. It's exactly like that.
Yeah. Dude, you can I saw you can ride a fucking dolphin. It's crazy.
Yeah, I see the freeze frame with the dolphin stunts. Cool.
Hopefully they add some more stuff, but that like so far they've added Banjo-Kazooie, Dr. Mario 64, F-Zero X. I have not played F-Zero X. That looks fun. Kirby 64, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Mario Golf. Mario Golf is good. I just got my ass kicked. Mario Kart 64, Mario Tennis, Paper Mario. Paper Mario is fucking legit. I have like 10 hours in that right now.
Paper Mario is legendary. I played the GameCube version.
Oh, you
before
did?
They
what did you ever do to it?
I sold it.
Damn, you know how much that's worth right now? It's like $150.
I know, dude. It's insane.
God.
Yeah.
Paper Mario is so fucking cool. Moving on.
That was one of my favorite games, though. It's so cool.
Pokemon Puzzle League, which is it's like Candy Crush, pretty much. For people who don't know. Pokemon Snap, Sin and Punishment. I played that. It's a weird. It looks like an arcade game. Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, Wave Race Now, Win Back. That's Win Back. Believe that. And Yoshi's Story.
Huh.
Keeps adding, and I'm excited to see what else they put on there.
Hell yeah. It should be good.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. All right, let's get into the big news. Eddie, what's the first news topic?
Oh, yeah. Diablo. Uh-oh. We don't like to talk about Diablo. That has bad reputation. Diablo 4 developers reiterate that the game will not be clearly pay to win. Do I trust this? Probably not. I don't know.
Absolutely not. Did you see what they did with Diablo Immortal? They said, yeah, that won't be pay to win, and then it's pay to win through a unique way.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
fuck yourself.
They will always like Blizzard is like so conniving and like evil that like we've even talked about like doing an entire episode about the Blizzard Activision drama.
Oh yeah.
But like, it says, only cosmetic items can be bought with real money. Blizzard promises, you can say a lot of promises, but you can like put a little sneaky way into the back of your game to like make it pay to win.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like, I don't know. I have such little trust in Blizzard. I don't really know what to say. I mean, Diablo 3, like it was the first Diablo I played. I know it had a horrifically lacking end game and it was too easy, and like I know about all the critiques of it, but Diablo 3 being my first Diablo, I really liked it because I didn't really know about 2 and how
Mhm.
amazing it was and like what that genre was capable of. But Diablo 4, will I buy it? Probably not, just because I don't have very much time, but it might be worth a try. I just hope that Blizzard they need to start digging themselves this grave that they just keep putting themselves deeper and deeper and deeper into it. It's so sad.
Yeah. And the deal's
Yeah.
not even finished yet, and they still have bad press all the time, man. They say it'll be purely cosmetic. My fucking ass, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't really know.
Going back to what you said, yeah, you probably just don't have enough time to play Diablo 4. What game are you looking forward to that you would make time for?
That's the Starfield. That's the next big game I know I will sink like hours into, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
That'll
I
be
get you.
massive. Yeah.
Hopefully, and people are saying, not to get off super off topic, but people are saying like maybe it'll come out. Oh, 2023 is huge. Like we could just do an episode
Right?
on just all the 2023 games that are being like
Yeah.
that are like planned for next year. It's insane. Like the quality of them is like I don't know what I'm gonna fucking play, bro.
Right?
Let's
It's
play.
20, yeah, like see that this happens every couple years. Like there's like a huge all-star lineup and like all I can hope for is that it all like there's no delays or anything like that because if they all land in one year it's going to be huge and it's going to be amazing. Like super exciting.
Yep.
So,
Some games will
I
get
don't
bought
know.
discounted. Some games will be bought day one.
Exactly. That's correct. Yeah. So, I don't know. But back to Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Um kind of, yeah, I mean we can kind of like poke through here like they're like claiming that the season pass has both free rewards and paid rewards that are cosmetics and premium currency only. I'm assuming that there's going to be something weird with the premium currency. I don't know. We can't really make assumptions like that, but based on the actions of Blizzard in the past, we really have no idea. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but
And and for people who don't
the
like
in
understand like what we're like why we're criticizing Blizzard for this is that like cosmetic only items is supposed to make your character just look nice, right? But Blizzard has gone back on their word and added elements or items that you can buy with real money in so your character can be good and you can just blow through dungeons or like just make the game easier, or in cases where there's PvP, player versus player, in competitive situations, you will win because you bought with real money items, and that's
yeah,
fucked.
right. Yeah, it takes away the competitive spirit of the game. It'd be like to create a more realistic real world example for those of you who haven't really been exposed to the pay to win vibe in the gaming universe. It'd kind of be like like if I entered a golf tournament and I paid the tournament host like $500, they would let me start my ball 100 yards closer to the hole. That's essentially the same what's happening here. Um, so it's just kind of like it takes away the skill and the drive and the commitment of like a hard player, like a harshly dedicated player, and the playing field is more determined by how much free spending money you have or how willing you are to spend your own money on the game, which that eliminates the equality that competition provides for us. It's not about how much money you have, it's about how much work you're willing to put in, and that's what that gets rid of, which is sad.
Mm-hmm. It's we've gone away from that, but Blizzard just keeps on putting those systems into games. Like EA got hit on for their free to
Destroyed.
play, for like their pay to win stuff, and especially in Battlefront 2 that came out. It's like Star Wars Battlefront 2. You did that with
Yep.
a Star Wars what is it?
Intellectual.
Intellectual property. That's insane. And like
Yep.
they just thought like, oh yeah, it's gonna be totally fine. No one's gonna notice. We'll take the flack for it if anybody does notice. huge fuck up right there. And
Right.
so the gaming industry is uh, in the mainstream has gone away from like pay to win stuff. It's only cosmetic. But Blizzard keeps doing what Blizzard wants, and it's not
They
working
just
out
keep
for
doing
them.
it.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's like why would I want to play Diablo 4 if this shit's gonna happen?
Yeah. Because it's, like we've been conditioned in a negative way in which we expect a negative outcome.
Yeah,
Every time that Blizzard says something, we always expect them to be lying because every time they do say something, they always lie.
yep,
So
yep.
it's a shame, but
Just like
like
game delays. Trust me.
exactly. Yeah, like the solution to the problem is to keep an open mind, obviously, and just kind of see what the rollout looks like for this game, and maybe they'll be different this time, but we don't know yet. So
Mhm.
just keep an eye on it. It's a big company; they might surprise us. Who knows?
We'll see when it comes out. I think people were saying next year, but we saw a good look at it, and last year at the Xbox showcase. I'm not wrong. Well, not last year, like this year, technically.
Yeah, yeah. Well, next topic.
Yes.
So an interesting little game, um, Death Stranding. I'm sure you guys have heard of it before. If you have not, it is a sort of very artsy, story based, really conceptual. There's not much substance to the game in terms of gameplay or like story or anything like that, but it's really just like a very like all the things that you can think about in terms of like plot. You really got to dig deep. So Death Stranding, it's coming to Game Pass for PC. So that means it'll be free for those who purchase the Game Pass on the PC platform through Microsoft. Um, Death Stranding, what do you think about it, Zach? I've watched a lot of videos about it. It's kind of weird, but like, what do you got?
Yeah. I watched I watched the gameplay and I actually got it for Christmas. I got like the steelbook and everything.
Really?
I never put it in because wanted to play other things. Then I
Right.
eventually just got rid of it because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna play that ever. But essentially, um it's a walking simulator. I mean, like
Yep.
you're delivering
Mhm.
packages, and that's the whole point of it. And like, it's a deeper meaning sort of game. Like you have to look past
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
first layer shows you. It's more like connecting, the world. It's
Yeah.
more connectiveness and stuff like that.
Right.
And I can't really say if it's good or bad. I have not played it, but in related to this, people were so it was getting teased on like Twitter and online and stuff, and
Uh,
people seem to figure it out eventually. And Hideo Kojima, the like person behind like Metal Gear Solid, acclaimed game director, and like
yep.
teased it, posted an image, and people below that were like, "Fucking traitor! What? How could you do this to us?" PlayStation fanboys. Well, just fanboys in general,
Oh
man. It's
no.
terrible. I'm like, oh my god, you have nothing better to do in your fucking
Damn it.
life than to be like,
God damn it.
traitor. You're a traitor to a piece of plastic. How could you do this to me, the consumer? Oh my god.
Console fanboys are ruthless, man.
You have no fucks.
It's so wild. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
people who like spread hate on Twitter, I will never understand you. Like go ahead and do it, like whatever makes you happy, but like good lord. Like just chill. Live
Oh,
life in the real world. Like have some fun.
have some fun. And that's like their fun to them. That is their
I
fun.
know. Isn't it strange? I don't
So
get it.
weird. Going back,
Whatever.
going back. So, Death Stranding coming to PC Game Pass. Um, I can see why it's only coming to PC because it was released on like Steam, and then now it's
Uh,
coming to PC Game Pass. It makes sense. They just want more money. Xbox, Microsoft give them the bag. Obviously, it's probably never coming to the console like Xbox because
right.
Sony owns that IP. Like they own Death Stranding and what happens to it.
Really
Yeah. So
interesting.
yeah, I was like, wow.
Huh.
They just want more money, I guess.
Yeah, for real.
They would
Jeez.
they would never put it on Xbox. Oh, that would flip out so many people. They'd get so
Oh
mad.
my god.
You
Yeah.
imagine, dude?
That would really set off the fanboys.
It's so
That's funny.
yeah. This game came out in 2019, and it's coming to a subscription for service 3 years, give or take, later. So it makes sense. And if people who are on PC Game Pass, there you go, man. If you
Oh yeah.
like it, let us know. If we have
There you
any
go.
fans out there playing Death Stranding, tell us how it went. We'll put you into the show. Hopefully we get a big enough audience where I can include audience inquiries that like other shows
Yeah.
do.
Letter from a fan.
Like yeah, they do it on like Patreon. Last Name Media. That's what I'll write in a couple times on their podcast. It's really just ask a question. Just be funny.
That'd
Hopefully,
be cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want a big audience to do that. And like there, I sort of did a thing on like the second episode where Anchor lets you post a question, and I did that, and to no surprise, we got like no responses.
That's okay.
I was like,
We'll
we're
get them
building,
eventually.
we're
Yeah.
building.
This is a slow
Oh,
and long construction project.
oh,
This is a schlong. This podcast is a schlong, Zach.
long.
That's what we're doing
Right.
here.
Here we go. All right. Next news topic. Final Fantasy 16's producer says he knows its combat won't satisfy everyone, but Naoki Yoshida says the priority is to make something that development team likes. What do you think about this? Have you ever been a Final Fantasy fan?
Well, I was okay, so 16 is the one that's coming out soon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
summer.
yeah, so 15 was the first game that I even really knew about, like
Oh, really?
in the series. Like I always heard about it, like, oh, Final Fantasy. Whoa. I didn't understand. I was like, okay, whatever. I kind of missed out on it in the PlayStation 2 days, when I was young, because after the PlayStation 2, I never owned another one. So um, kind of bugged out on that series. But so like Final Fantasy 15, I didn't really play it, even though I have it. I just kind of wrote it off because I thought it was like overly dialogue heavy, like no gameplay, just based on like the first like 20 minutes of the game where you're like pushing that car. I always
Yeah.
thought
Uh-oh. Hold on. I think we lost Eddie. Hello? Hold on one second, guys. All right. So until he comes back, I'll fill you in on like whatever's happening. So, Final Fantasy 16. Oops, sorry about that.
so like
Oh,
I just
you're
kind of
back.
discriminated against it for
Gosh.
what the fuck? Okay, that was weird. What is going on? Did my Wi-Fi die?
I don't know. But you're back. So
Okay.
keep
Okay.
what you were saying. I don't know where we lost
Where did
you.
I? Okay. Well, okay. So Final Fantasy 15, I kind of wrote it off because the beginning of the game, like you're pushing that car, so I thought it was going to be like a really overly dialogue heavy, like really like watching a movie rather than playing a game. So I didn't really play it. However, I did play more of Final Fantasy 14, which was an MMO.
Oh.
I played that for maybe probably like 10 to 20 hours. So like not a lot, but like I played
Damn.
quite a bit of it. And in terms of like what I found in that game, I know that that's completely different from what this game is going to be like, but I enjoyed the combat in Final Fantasy 14. So essentially what I'm getting here is the priority, when they're saying the priority is to make something the development team likes, that can be good and that can be bad. So I'll tell you how it can be bad first, and then we can end on a good note. So it can be bad in a way where when you're trapped in a development studio, obviously I have no experience, so I could be totally bullshitting, but I assume that there's some degree of like hive mind attitude that comes to be eventually. You're developing a game for years and years and years.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by the same people every day, working with the same ideas. You know what I mean? So I think to a degree, what you end up liking becomes so insular to the studio that you might lose a little bit of what the game is all about, which is to give your fans something that they enjoy. Obviously, the developers should be enjoying what they're making as well, but I do think that a little bit of paying attention to what the fans like is important also, because a lot of studios try to do a lot. Let's do this differently. Let's do da, and then they end up making something that people don't like at all. So I think what they should potentially reconsider is that they should reconsider putting all their eggs into one basket, to where right now they're kind of just saying, I don't care what the fans think. I'm going to make what I like to make. And I think they should have that attitude with a little bit of sprinkle of, well, the fans like this, so maybe we should add this, and we should add a little bit of this. The fans like this feature, let's do that. Especially for the combat, because the combat's going to be a really characteristic part of the game that's very important to just like daily playing of the game. So I think adding, a little bit of consideration into what your fans want is important.
Let's see. I think there's like a very vocal minority that is just shouting against the action combat. Oh, I think we lost Eddie again.
Really?
Oh no, he's here. Oh, okay. Never mind. My bad. So yeah, there's like a vocal minority. Just it's like oh, why is this game is not fucking turn-based? Why? I like old Final Fantasy. Well, then go play old Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, the game's this Yoshida, explains that his switch to the more action-based system won't sit well, and he knows that. But he said in quote, "We want the world, especially the younger generation, to play the game." And
right.
I can understand that, because a more simple turn-based combat, that is a relic of the past. Now it's not bad in that they shouldn't be making more of those games, but they want more money. They want more people playing their game, and so they're going to appeal to what everybody generally wants. And like, there's more younger gamers coming in and seeing like, oh, their attention span isn't the greatest, so they have to catch them with the action. Oh, boom, 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 And that's what have you seen Final Fantasy 16's like trailer and like its combat? It looks like Devil May Cry.
Right.
It's all like super fast action.
Slasher. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And things changed. It's the 16th iteration of a game.
Literally.
It cannot be the same every time. There's 16 different ones. Now, like something like Dragon Quest, that's always been traditional. They haven't really tried anything new besides a online game, Dragon Quest X, which didn't even make it to the US. And so, but there's been rumors that like Dragon Quest 12, it's going to be darker, and they might even change up the combat system. Like, nothing stays the same forever.
Right.
There's always change, and these vocal minority people are just going to have to like understand.
Yeah. I think the vocal minority is an important part of the fan base, but I think you can really put yourself in a really dark place if you listen to those people too much, because you're really just going to be appealing to the fans too much, which is exactly kind of what I said a second ago. Do what you want, but also pay a little bit of attention to all sectors of your fan base. That doesn't mean make it so generic to the point that it caters to everybody, but add a little bit of sprinkle a little bit of service for this group and a little bit of service for this group, and you know what I mean. So
yeah. And what I said before, Yoshida, this is a quote from Naoki Yoshida, says, also the mainstream games nowadays are intuitive games where you press a button and a character shoots a gun or wields a sword, and the traditional RPG style of turn-based combat fighting is no longer familiar to them. Yeah, I totally get that. And this is he would be defending what am I trying to say? But like in the gameplay you're seeing now, Kingdom Hearts, that's like one of the first action games, action JRPGs. And people didn't
Right.
like that. They're like, why is this not turn-based?
Right. Yeah.
It was a step.
different.
It was
Yep.
different. They took, it's not Final Fantasy, and you can see why, because they still wanted to sell those copies for Final Fantasy, but they didn't want to lose the fans. But now it's different. With technology and stuff, you have to adapt. And the generation now is not going to want to just sit in a menu and press buttons to
Exactly.
an RPG, which is sad. I like that, depending on the game, of course. But
Right. Yeah.
they made a switch. Like so, Final Fantasy 13's they made a trilogy of those games, 13, and people say it's not very good. I can't really say, but then they saw something like that had weak sales, so they had to switch it up. It wasn't hitting, so they had to do something.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think they did a huge transitional period with 14 being like a MMO, which is kind of unexpected, but
oh dude, that's making
yeah.
money. That's making hella money for Square Enix right now. That's pretty much what is saving Square Enix. Like after many fails, like Marvel's Avengers, Babylon's Fall, if you don't know, it's shit. It had at one time it had one person playing on Steam at a time. One person.
Jesus.
It was bad. Marvel's Avengers wasn't a good success. There's just a bunch of like L's coming their way, and they're putting a lot of money into it. They have to switch it up. Yoshida is saying, I have to think about the sales of the game and the impact we have to deliver. So there's some truth to that. Like, well, you should be making the impact. You shouldn't have to worry like about how we should make how like the game will impact. You should be like, how will the game change what other games impact? If that makes sense. I kind of got off the rails there.
Yeah, no, I think it does. Yeah, it's just like it's an interesting like thinking about transitional periods with gaming and like what the fans want, and it's kind of weird.
So next news topic, I kind of wanted to talk about this. The pretty much huge news topic of this week. Embracer Group makes more acquisitions, including Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. They bought out like the Tolkien estate and was like, I'm super surprised about that. So new deals include limited run games, which I mentioned in like another episode, Tuxedo Labs, Tripwire Interactive, and an undisclosed company. This is insane. They've been making moves. Like they own THQ Nordic. You remember those games? They pumped out fuck ton of games, and this Embracer's becoming huge, right? So in a series of press releases made this morning, I don't know when this was. This happened like August 18th. The Swedish company announced that it had agreed to acquire a number of companies, including Middle Earth Enterprises. This deal will give Embracer Group, quote, a vast intellectual property catalog and worldwide rights to motion pictures, video games, board games, merchandising, theme parks, and stage productions relating to the iconic fantasy literary works of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Insane.
Yeah.
Like they just made like the Lord of the Rings TV show. Like, what the fuck's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wonder, is it an acquisition of the entire brand, or is it just the games?
No, it's the entire brand. Motion pictures, video games, merchandising, board games, theme parks, if that ever happens. That's crazy.
Wow. That is fucking
what
crazy,
did Embracer Group have to say to get Lord of the fucking Rings, man? That's insane.
Good God. Yeah, dude. Like, let's see. What does it say? The total acquisition. 8.2 billion for everything.
Is that right? I didn't see that.
Wow. It's in the
8.2.
middle of the article.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so that's Swedish money. 8.2
Oh,
billion.
Swedish dollars or whatever they are.
SEK, whatever SEK is.
Yeah. Yeah. So 787 million. That's what we're looking at.
787 million.
Nearly $1 billion still. That's a fucking lot.
But like I think that's kind of low. Lord of the Rings, all of Middle Earth, Bethesda was 8.2 billion.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not that attached to Lord of the Rings. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable.
Dude, I think, if I'm right, I think Lord of the Rings, like when those movies came out, I think a total of all three of those movies, I think that alone made $1 billion.
Wow.
No.
Well, isn't that
I think I'm
nearing
right.
like
I
10,
think I'm
20
wrong.
years ago now?
I think I'm wrong. Lord of the Rings, sales. No, movie sales. Okay, so no, I don't think I was right. Let me see. But yeah, like, gosh, I'm just trying to look at 84 million. Oh my god, let's go to Lord of the
So I
Rings.
mean, like, well, while you're looking, so like Lord of the Rings, like to me, I never watched them. Like, call me whatever you want for saying that, but like, I plan on watching them eventually. But like for now, I don't. They seem like they seem very old to me. Like they came out in the early 2000s, right? Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So maybe like 5 to 10 years ago it would have been more, but like I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Okay, so all the Lord of the Rings and all of the Hobbit movies together, it's not an exact number, but it's like around $1.6 billion of just gross money. Like I think they got a deal. They got a hella deal for the Lord of the Rings. And then on top of that, limited run games, that's been on an up and up.
Right.
Tuxedo Labs, Tripwire Interactive, they made Maneater, Killing Floor, and Rising Storm.
Killing Floor.
Tricks. You played Killing Floor?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Singtrix, which creates vocal processing effect technology for like karaoke, gaming, and equipment. Tatsujin, Embracer's first Japanese studio, founded by Shoot 'em Up Studio Toplin's co-founder. Bitwave Games, Swedish studio with a passion for retro games. Geotech, a gaming accessory brand. And then another company within the PC/console gaming that, for commercial reasons, is not disclosed today. That's interesting. What could that be?
Could be. I don't know, man. Maybe like 700 of that 787 million is another company with PC console gaming.
Yeah, it's
Who knows?
And just earlier, Embracer Group, they acquired a large portion of Square Enix's Western development arm. So let me just tell you what that was. So they bought the IPs of Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, and Legacy of Kain. Like those are like the top dogs. Like they bought like it'll also include more than 50 back catalog games. They're shoveling up IPs, and with limited run games, like they just have their own they're gonna have collector's editions for fucking everything, dude.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
insane.
Jesus.
They're becoming huge. They're becoming a player in this market now.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
And then, I don't even think you know, Embracer Group bought Borderlands developer Gearbox.
I was just looking at that in the bottom. That's like I was like kind of shocked by that. I was like, holy fuck, like dude, that might make or break this, you know.
And then they also bought Dark Horse Media, one of the US comic book publishers.
Weird.
They're collecting so many. I was like, how much money are they making? I think they're going for like I saw this on I heard this on Sacred Symbols, fucking Colin Moriarty. He was like, I think they're going for a shotgun effect, you know, spreading way spreading
Yeah.
way too thin just to collect all that money.
Interesting. I don't know what they're gonna try to do, because until today, I didn't really know anything about this company. It seems more like a media investment firm than anything with all the acquisitions. Like they're not acquiring these companies out of like a market control standpoint, but it seems more like it's like an investment strategy. Like, oh, like if we buy this company, we might make a fuck ton of money. I don't know. It's like I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what what's their plan. Like, how are
Oh
they
man.
gonna? And then we'll talk about something else later. But like, yeah, they're in part of that. But this is insane. I just wanted to like talk about Embracer Group. But this leads me. Sorry, I'm gonna come and do this next news topic. Eddie, you can do the next one.
Go ahead.
This leads me
That's
to
fine.
my next news topic. Embracer confirmed studio switch for AAA project following claims of KOTOR trouble. Obviously, they like it was recently claimed Saber Interactive could have taken over for the game from Aspyr. So Embracer Group owns Aspyr, which was making was making the KOTOR remake, and then now there was a studio switch for a AAA project. It was fun. It's KOTOR remake. I mean, it's the writing's on the wall.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like it's too coincidental to not be.
Yeah, and yeah,
Like
recent events.
this is relevant to our episode from what 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Embracer confirmed in May that Aspyr parent company Saber Interactive was also working on the game. And then some of Bloomberg sources say they believe that it was possible Saber had taken over the development of the project entirely, which makes sense of the claims that they showed off a splice of the game and then Disney and
Yeah.
Lucasfilm or whatever,
Yep.
like, dude, this fucking sucks. You're fired and you're fired. Get out of here. Like they didn't like
Yeah.
while not mentioning the title by name on Thursday, Embracer confirmed that one of its big upcoming releases had changed developers. But the interesting thing about this is that they're like, yeah, we see we see no delays for this game, no immediate delays. I was like, what?
For such an unexpected, because I remember we were talking about that, like how unexpected was for that action to be taken. This makes it make more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a quote. I found the quote. So, quote, one of the group's AAA projects has transitioned to another studio within the group, the company said. This was done to ensure the quality bar is where we need it to be for the title. We are not expecting any material delays for the title based on this transition. No? This is supposed to come out
Weird.
this year.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
no delays. My fucking ass. Jason
Yeah,
Schreier of
doubt it.
Bloomberg was like it's like this. If you think a game that had the Switch Studios is coming out this year, you're like you're wrong.
I
You
mean,
suck.
yeah. Can you imagine how much clerical bullshit, like paperwork, has to be done to switch studios? Like, just doing that would probably take a whole fucking year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like this game is they're like he's projecting like even 2020 like 4 is wishful thinking.
Wow.
I'm
That
like
sucks. That sucks.
fuck. We're not getting this game till the PS6, bro. Just kidding. Probably like the late generation PS5 release.
Yeah. Something like that. Damn. Hate to see it.
Yeah,
It just
truly
keeps getting
hate to
the
see
short
it.
end of the stick.
I keep getting fucked in this, bro. It sucks. I just want to
Funny.
play a good version, a better version.
It'll happen, Zach. I have faith. I hope. I hope. Yeah. All right. We'll move into the next one.
Moving on. It's also related to
we'll
Embracer Group. Keep
We'll
going.
we'll let Zach cry in the corner about his coach. All right. This next topic this one's pretty important to me because so I'll start with the headline. Dead Island 2 leaks on Amazon. Screens, details, and possible release date. This game will reportedly take place across iconic Los Angeles locations. Now, why it's important to me, I'll preface this. Dead Island 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. It is a glitchy, buggy, ugly mess, but I love it. And it it pained me to see all those years go by and I never got a Dead Island 2. I got Dead Island Riptide, and then there was like some there was like, wasn't there like a,
There was.
it seemed like Dead Island 2 was like ready to come out like 5 years ago, and then it just died, right? Is that what happened or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah, they there was just a bunch of issues, and like news came out where they said, "Oh yeah, sorry, we had to switch developers, so it's not coming out
Yeah.
for a while."
Yeah, no, it was 8 years ago. Yeah, because I remember this
Oh.
E3 trailer. Yeah, 2014. Yeah, I was super excited for that. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so 8 years, man, that's fucking crazy. I almost forgot about it. I almost, I kind of thought in my head like, I thought Dead Island 2 got scrapped and then they switched all their resources into Dying Light, but it turns
Mhm.
out Dying Light's a completely different thing, and I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right. I did
yeah,
hear about
'cause
that.
yeah, Dying Light is, it felt so much like Dead Island that I loved it, and I thought that was the successor, but it turns out they're still working on this shit. So good job. um, I even if it comes out a buggy mess, I know that they made Dead Island 1 really well, and obviously I hope it to not be like that, but so we have like earlier on Thursday, the retailer went live with new product listing for the long delayed game, which is set to be published by Deep Silver. So Deep Silver made the original. Um, it's sort of achieved a cult classic status, in my opinion, because I know it has a lot of like dedicated fans because of what they did for the game. Like
Mhm.
they had a really cool loot system and like difficult to find legendary weapons and like a big sprawling world, and like the game was hard and you felt scared to run around the zombies. That's one thing I love in like a good zombie game, is like if it's literally scary, like you're like, holy fuck, like this is hard as shit. um so we're going, I think the Dead Island 1 was on this like, it was located on this island country. I can't remember what it was called, but in this new game here we have Dead Island 2 takes place across the most iconic locations of LA, from verdant suburbia of from the verdant suburbia of Beverly Hills to the quirky promenade of Venice Beach. I think it'll be an interesting little area, because with Dead Island 1, what they did with the level design is because it was based on like an island country, they were really able to work with what you get with an island country. So you get a lot of beaches, you get a lot of touristy places, you get a lot of really slummed out, poor areas within the inner cities, and then you
Mhm.
also get like the jungles and stuff where natives still live, and I think that's really cool they did with that. So I think they'll do a very interesting thing with the LA scene, because there's a lot of different kinds of people in LA, and I think they can really take advantage of that. So that would be very, very cool. So I'm excited for this. Will I buy it straight off the bat? Probably not, because I don't trust developers anymore. But definitely keep an eye on it if you liked Dying Light, or if you liked the original Dead Island. I think you'd really appreciate this game. Um,
Was there like a story, like did you play as like a character in Dead Island, or was it like more of a sandbox thing?
it was kind of like a combo. So like it's kind of like Borderlands for character selection. So like there's 4 personalities, and each of those personalities has like their own like skill set.
Mhm.
That was essentially like the vibe. So like one character, she was good with sharp weapons. Another guy was good with blunt, and then one guy was good with throwables, and then the last lady was good with firearms. So it was kind
Yeah.
of just like um, very similar to Borderlands in that way. You have like a personality with your character, and they have like a skill set that you can attain to and get weapons based on. So yeah,
Okay. So this game is apparently Tuesday, which will probably be our next we could talk about it next week if we do a news topic again. There's going to be a showcase called Gamescom opening night live. It's on Tuesday. This is probably where we're going to get the actual reveal for the game. and we'll see actual like gameplay. But like there were screenshots, and from the screenshots, what do you think? Anything like? I know you liked it. I know you played that on for a while. So do you
A
think
lot.
you might pick this
Yeah.
up, or how's your feel on this?
Well, I mean, the screenshots look very similar to the old game. They look very similar to Dying Light, which I like both. I love the way that they portray like the LA vibe, like this one screenshot with like the Ferris wheel at the pier. I think
Yeah.
that looks really cool. Like they could do a lot with that, and I think that could be super interesting. You know,
Mhm.
obviously, like the gold standard for a depiction of LA in a video game is GTA 5, but you know, if this game can do something even remotely close to that,
Mhm.
it could be totally sick, you know.
Yeah, like the whole ass description for this game even leaked out, and it says this: Dead Island 2 takes place across the most iconic locations of the City of Angels, now stained with horror and an exciting pulp journey from the verdant suburbia of Beverly Hills to the quick promenade of Venice Beach. Combat delivers the most intense, visual, and gory first-person experience possible, with plenty of weapons and tactical and brutal options to chew your way through the zombie horde. There are 6 characters to choose from. That's
Oh, that's
interesting.
new.
6.
Previously, it was 4.
Okay, each with their own unique
Yeah.
personality and dialogues. You can fully customize the abilities of each Slayer with our brand new skill system, allowing you to respec instantly and try out the craziest builds. Oh, so this is looking like a Borderlands kind of thing,
Very
like
much
you
so.
said.
Yeah, that's why I like the first one so much, is it had that vibe to it.
Yeah, our LA is crawling with zombies that look and react realistically. These mutated wretches are the reanimated, rotten heart of Dead Island 2, with dozens of distinct zombie types, each with their own mutations, attacks, and hundreds of LA themed variants. There's a day one edition, and it includes the Memories of Banoi
Oh,
pack.
Hanoi. So that's the name of the island in the first game.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
glad I
so that
remembered
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to Gamescom because there's gonna be a lot. I heard Gamescom is just gonna be much a half gameplay, like half reveals. So I'll see how this looks. But
Right.
this is also looking like a 2023 game. Back to what we were
Hell
saying.
yeah. More 2023.
More 2023, more fucking shit. I don't have time to play, dog.
Exactly. Insane.
All right, let's. You can take on this next news topic also.
Yeah. All right. So my more of my favorite shit to talk about, Borderlands. um
Mm.
so um headline, the new Tales or Jesus, I forgot how to read. The new Tales from the Borderlands release date and details have leaked. Gearbox narrative driven adventure game looks set for an October release. Okay. So, while I am qualified to talk about this because I love Borderlands, I have
Mhm.
never played the the um the Tales from the Borderlands series, because it was like, I know it's like a Telltale game. I know you've played it, but
I did play
uh,
it. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
play very much at all of it. Like I didn't even finish the game at all. Which I mean, I could have, but I was just like, I don't know. It seems like an interesting game, but I also I tried to play the Tales game from Batman, and
uh-huh.
I don't know. If, I liked it, but I don't know. I just couldn't. I just didn't go back to it. But yeah, they're all the Tales from games are the same pretty much. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, you have a short amount of time to make dialogue choices that very much heavily impact the story and how the story goes.
right.
And so, um, narrative wise, I hope we get something that can talk about the actual war that's coming that was left off
Yeah,
in the pre-sequel, which Borderlands 3 just, I guess they sort of covered in like some, like recordings or whatever, that kind of like
yeah,
gameplay element thing. But
right.
I hope
Hmm.
there's something. Like I think this is going to be shown at Gamescom as well. So if there's if it's something related to like the Borderlands 3 story, I'm going to be mad. Like what if it's
Right.
about Maya's little pupil?
Oh Jesus, dude.
I feel
Oh
like they would do
God,
that.
I
I
would
feel like they would
cry.
do that.
I think you're right, dude. Unless they do what they did before and they do like a new set of characters like with Reese and shit.
Mhm. And
That
some
would be kind of
returning.
cool. I don't know.
Hoping, like, but the Tales from games, you know, like their release, it's like they're a TV, it's like a TV series, but with a game. Like they release episodes weekly. And I'm like, what the fuck? Just release the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like I think it's a way to increase the odds of people paying for it because it feels more manageable to buy a $5 purchase than it is to buy a $25 purchase. So I think some of it's a marketing tactic. So like, oh, like $5, I can spend that. That's the same amount I spend on my coffee. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think it's a way to get people a little more into the vibe of like buying it, you know. So like, oh, okay, like, oh, I'll spend $5 here. Oh, another $5 for the next episode, and then eventually they've spent $30. But it's easier to spend $30 over 6 payments than it is to spend $30 right away. You know.
Okay, so if I scroll down a little bit more, apparently the retailer that leaked this, it says that the game is supposed to come out exactly 2 months from now, October 21st. I mean, it has to get revealed next week, or like what else? What else is going to happen? But the product description reads, "Quote: Take a stand against ruthless corporate overlords in this narrative-driven adventure." Seems Borderlands type. Within the perpetually war-torn metropolis of Promethea, you'll control Anu, Octavio, and Fran on the worst day of their lives. Okay, so it's on Promethea. Okay, so
that means it's
Borderlands.
it doesn't.
Borderlands 3, Promethea, they were in a war with
That's right.
well, you know, I mean, maybe it was still going on by the time 3's story finished.
Yeah.
So maybe it says, meet a motley cast of full of misfits, assassin bots, and talking guns in this race to the top. It's time to fight back against exploitation and corporate greed. This we've those names do not ring a bell with me. Probably not even you.
No.
Maybe they're in the Tales games, but I think these are new characters that.
Yeah, they sound like new.
War-torn Metropolis, but if it's on Promethea, then I'm guessing we're gonna see Reese again, and probably Zero, because he was on Promethea.
Right. Yep.
I gotta see the trailer for this. To be honest, I don't know if I'll buy in. I gotta see it.
It's because Promethea is the Atlas planet, right?
Yeah, the Reese is the Atlas boss, so yeah, he controls that.
So it sounds like it would be relevant to the other Tales games because that's where Reese came from. So
I don't know how to feel about this. I gotta see more. We'll see next week, but the last Tales from the Borderlands game was a 5-part episode, and it was between Borderlands 2 and 3, which, if we're going by the same logic, then this game will take place between Borderlands 3 and 4. The events between the events of Borderlands 3 and 4.
I think that would be smart for them because it'll kind of bridge the gap. Not that every one of their fans is going to play it, but like I think that would be a good way to kind of set the game up in a kind of narratively focused way. Maybe that will allow them to think through the story for the next game, so it's not so like, so it's not so weak. But yeah.
Okay, hoping to see more on this. Hoping to get some answers story wise, because I know Eddie and I were let down in terms of the Borderlands 3 main story, and the DLC stories were amazing. But if you want to know more about that, check out our Borderlands episode. We did that last week on all podcast platforms, wherever you listen. If you listen to it on this, you'll see it. But moving on, there's been a Fallout TV show leak, set photos that reportedly show Shelter 33, which is weird. Why is it Shelter 33 and not Vault 33?
Right.
So, posted on Tuesday by an unofficial Twitter fan account, quote, not quote, I don't know what you call this, but the person, the account that did this was Bethesda Arabic. The photos reportedly show the set for Shelter 33, a shelter that they say is completely new to the series. Okay, so never mind. The photos show various hallways and rooms in the shelter, indicating that a great deal of Shelter 33 will be a physical set and not CG. There are also some
That's
shots
cool.
showing blue screens, suggesting that the area will not be entirely free of digital effects. Interesting. So where are these photos? Oh wait, I have to click on them.
Oh, where are they? Hold on.
Oh, damn it. Gotta click to
Oh,
a new
here they are.
tab. Yeah, you see that? You gotta like, it's not actually like embedded in the article. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh, it doesn't exist. It's been
Yeah,
deleted.
I think
That
they
makes
got taken down.
sense.
Okay. Well, the photos got taken down, everybody. I would have described them in vivid detail for you, but I can't. So Fallout. I like Fallout. Zach, you like Fallout.
Fucking love Fallout, Eddie.
Exactly. We fucking love Fallout here. You know, I think one thing I thought, the first thing I saw when it said Twitter fan account Bethesda Arabic, and so my theory is, this could be wrong, but my theory is that when Bethesda Arabic was typing out this tweet, the odds are, I'm assuming that this person is an Arabic person. So
Yes.
the translation from vault in Arabic to English might be shelter. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it said Shelter 33 in the screenshots. I'm not really sure. But that was my little conspiracy theory when I first read that. I don't know if that's true. Fallout TV show would be very interesting. I think that would be really cool to see. I don't really know where they could go with it.
There are cast photos. So like they announced the cast, and it looked very similar to Fallout 4's kind of cast, where you could kind of infer that, like, oh, that looks like the father or the son, you know, whatever. And then like there's this guy who looks like Preston Garvey, but it might be a retelling or something else. I don't know. But they showed that the Super Duper Mart, whatever. There's like set photos for that, and it looks pretty cool. And yeah, so the title I put on this for our document was Fallout TV show leaks, because I'm starved of fucking Fallout content. There has not been shit from Fallout since Fallout 4 and its DLC. Actually, JK. I can't believe I didn't say that. But Fallout 76, that is the last time it's been releasing content. It is an online game that I do not like. I've tried multiple times. Maybe I can try it more, but it's not what Fallout is. And it's a spinoff. And sometimes it works.
76 is weird. Yeah.
And that game came out in 2018, and it's just been slow content drops, milking it for money, and they're getting money, not as much money as they'd hoped, because not everybody wants a online Fallout game, because every other game besides that has not been online. So why would they think we need an online Fallout game? It's because you know why? Because the Elder Scrolls Online is so successful. They're like, maybe we can replicate it. No, you can't. Sorry, bud.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Todd. God. You asshole. You little fucking asshole. Todd Howard. I'm just kidding. I love you. Don't
Todd
be
Howard,
mad.
I need this Starfield to be pretty good, man. I need to do something
good. If you make Starfield bad, then I'll be really mad.
And like their reputation is like, how can you go back up from that? I mean, like you can only rely on Elder Scrolls 6 to save you, but I think Starfield is going to be really good. I think I'm gonna like it, but I can also be skeptical because they released fucking Fallout 76. Then also Fallout 4 wasn't the greatest, but it was still a good game. I liked it a lot, but it's not what Fallout was. They took some liberties and chances.
That's right. Yeah. No, not sure. We'll have to see.
Next
For those
one.
of you who don't know why we're talking about a guy named Todd Howard is like a head developer at Bethesda, and he's always the sort of the social presence of the company. Like he does all the presentations and stuff like that. So yeah,
he's the game director. So he directed games from Bethesda. He pretty much saved Bethesda Game Studios when he directed The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. That saved the company from like destruction. And so he was, and he's been director on multiple Game of the Year games: Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Skyrim, most notable.
Literally every Bethesda game after Morrowind.
Pretty much every BGS game after Morrowind was Game of the Year in some capacity, except for Fallout 76, which his name is credited on for game director, but from from other people that were on the game that like made it, they were like, he barely came in. He came in to check. He was like the guy who walked in and was like, walked in like 2 months, 3 months from like prior visiting. It was like, yeah, hey, that sucks. Change that, and then just walks out. That's pretty much what they described it as.
How's the work going, everybody? Oh, you're doing okay. All right, see you in 6 months.
Oh yeah,
going
also
on vacation.
Make it 16 times in detail because that's what I promised.
Funny.
Hoping. What's our next news topic, Ed boy?
Call of Duty. Yeah. Okay. So I like COD. It's kind of falling downhill a little bit, but I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna support it in the shadows and just give it a silent clap if it does a good job. Call of Duty has been accused of plagiarizing a skin design from Dr. Disrespect's FPS. So the new Doomslayer skin is similar to the Dead Drop skin used by former Infinity Ward dev Robert Bowling. So, am I surprised? Not really.
Nope.
Call of Duty Warzone and Vanguard face fresh allegations of skin plagiarism after it was pointed out that a newly added skin looks similar to the one from upcoming FPS Dead Drop. So, COD has been known to copy in the past, as you do when you're the titan of the industry. You can kind of get away with whatever you want. COD has kind of become its own vibe at this point, but like at this point also they're so strapped for new ideas and like the ability to make their games interesting. I'm not really shocked that they're gonna just like copy skins from other games just to give them ideas that they think are fresh, because they have to keep the money train going because Activision puts so much pressure on them, and they have to keep the very young, impressionable audience paying them. So, right.
They did this before. They actually stole like a dog skin from like a digital artist, and like it's so blatant. And like, how can you, as a developer, like whoever like is doing that, is like, how can you not know that you're working on the biggest IP, one of the biggest IPs in video games, and just be like, nobody's gonna know if I just take this from this artist. Nobody's gonna know, especially in 2022.
Yeah,
Call of Duty, dude, it's in the shop.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god,
you're too big. You're too big, and you're too overly criticized to get away with stuff like this. Like, you're gonna get caught.
Like, you know how easy it could have been to be like, hey, can we pay you to just use your skin? They would have been like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
are you serious?
Promote us. Yeah, that would have been a huge like marketing collaboration. I don't know why they didn't do that. Makes no sense.
But now it just gets stolen, and you just look like shit. You look like a bad company, which, to be honest, Call of Duty has been pretty shit lately, and doesn't help with the Activision Blizzard stuff. That
right.
Did you know, like, so the people who made the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake 1+2, they also did the Spyro game. And there were plans to do a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4, like a remake, because that's considered to be like amazing. But they got moved to Call of Duty.
Oh god.
They have like over 1,000 developers working on Call of Duty. Why? I'm like, bro,
we all know it doesn't take that many. Can you imagine if like World at War had 1,000 developers on it? It would have been horrible. They're dealing with like, I bet the think tank hive mind bullshit is like so bad at Activision right
Mm.
now. Like
Oh
it's got to
yeah.
be horrible. Like there's just too many people, and they're like, I don't know. It's just like a big, giant, fat cat of a product, and it's just gonna like die of a heart attack soon. Like, ugh.
That developer, that made the Spyro remake, the trilogy, and Tony Hawk, they they didn't just get moved, they got merged. Their company name is no longer standing. They are now Activision Blizzard. It was
So
Toys for
sad,
Bob.
man.
Toys for Bob. That's a cool name,
Yeah,
and it got fucking
that is a cool
merged.
name. Yeah. R.I.P. Toys for Bob. That's the
Alright,
moral of this
fucking
article.
P, bro. And then now it's Call of Duty just stealing skins. Ridiculous, man. Absolutely
It's kind of
ridiculous.
sad. They have the resources to be original, and they have the resources to deliver a finished product, but they just can't do it for some reason.
All right, moving on. Amy Hennig's new Marvel game will be shown in September at D3. So this is kind of like a recap of like, I think not this past week, but like I think this. So there's gonna be a Disney and Marvel game showcase on September 9th. I'm actually looking forward to this. This could be
I had
interesting.
never heard of this. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
like
is
this
cool.
this is something new that they're starting. It's gonna be September 9th. And in addition to all new announcements, fans can expect new reveals from titles including Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is Sims Disney style,
Oh, really?
Marvel Midnight Suns, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and a sneak peek at the upcoming Marvel Ensemble game from Skydance New Media. Disney said in a press release. This is interesting. I'm going to check this out because Marvel at Midnight Suns. Do you know the people who made XCOM?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're for Axis. They're making Marvel at Midnight Suns.
Ooh.
Dude, yeah, it's cool, but big but. It is a card-based tactical game, card-based strategy RPG.
Interesting. Huh.
And I
That's
saw
a weird
that, and I was
route.
like, wow. I immediately like let out a sigh of air. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Cards?
Yeah, they're so overdone. There's so many.
There's a
We
lot.
should just have like one or two. Like we should have a few for real life, and then a few we could play on the computer. Like let's keep poker and Magic, and then Hearthstone. That's all we need. We don't need more.
And I'm only staying interested in this because one, it's Marvel, and the trailer looked fucking dope. I mean, like it looks like a really cool game. And then also there's going to be social elements apparently. So like, you know, I don't know how that's going to work, but you're going to be talking to your fellow superheroes like, hey, yo, what's going on, shawty? Or I don't know how that's going to work. But I'm interested. But that game got delayed till like early next year, which fuck, there's another one that I have to decide between. They're gonna be showing stuff from Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which I was so hyped for that game to come out for such a long time, and then I played it and I just found it disappointing. Like it's nothing like the classic Star Wars games. No, it's like
that's a shame.
It's like all open. It's like all open kind of worldish, and like how the levels play. It's weird, and I'll try and finish it, but it's really not appealing to me right now.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like one of the greatest things about the Lego games is like the very simple linear progression.
Yeah, and like the way they apparently I started with the prequels, and apparently the prequels are just not great. And in that game, like how you start, and like the original trilogy is where it's at, and then I don't know about the new trilogy, but it's Star Wars. I should play it. It's so weird. So that developer that made Skywalker Saga, Telltale Games, no, Traveler Tales.
Okay, I was gonna say Telltale Games.
Yeah, Traveler Tales. PT, they got me confused.
Okay.
they made a whole new engine for Skywalker Saga, a whole new game engine, and then now they're ditching it. Like they just made it for that game, and then now they're moving to like
Why?
Unreal Engine. There's too far in
Oh,
development. They're like, we have to finish it. I mean, like, there's no other way.
jeez, man. Oversight.
Oversight, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully,
I don't know.
this new game that they're Amy Hennig was former Naughty Dog creative director and is one of the main forces behind the Uncharted series. So if that's anything to go off
Yeah.
of, this could be fucking lit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's definitely had experience in the world, so I think that would be a useful tool to have on your at the head of your team
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So
Well,
and
that should be cool.
she says in a statement, "I can't imagine a better partner than Marvel for our first game." So like, yes, she's like she left Naughty Dog to make a new studio, and then now they're partnering with Marvel for their first ever
Wow.
game. And
That's huge,
and
dude.
she said,
What a huge move.
huge.
That's
You
crazy.
know how much pull do you have to
Yeah,
get
man.
your first ever game to work with Marvel, especially nowadays?
Yeah, to even touch Disney, like you have to be perfect. Like they're so selective with everything. Like it's
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah, she continues by saying the Marvel Universe epitomizes all the action, mystery, and thrills of the pulp adventure genre that I adore and lends itself perfectly to an interactive experience.
Interesting.
I'm really interested to see what they're doing here because
Yeah, for
looks pretty.
sure.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the showcase. See what they show,
Yeah,
and for
dude.
Gamescom Tuesday.
Hell yeah. Should be a good time.
All right, you want to send it off with our last news topic of the show, buddy?
Right. We always try to end with the positivity. This is a great piece of news from a classic TV show. An unannounced Avatar: The Last Airbender game has been listed on Amazon. Ooh. The new game appears to be coming to PS4 and PS5 this year. This year, look at that! Holy shit!
Yeah.
So, the new game in the franchise, subtitled Quest for Balance, has been listed on Amazon Japan ahead of its announcement and is expected to release on November 8th. Which awesome. I love Avatar. Best. Yeah, low key, like maybe best or like top 3 like animations of my childhood. Like
Mhm.
fucking incredible. The character development, the story, the lessons, just like it's literally the perfect TV show. Like it was amazing. It ran for such a long time and it had such a amazing plot. Oh, it's amazing. So a cool Avatar game would be awesome. I think they could really do a lot of good with it. So I'm excited for this one. What about you, Zach?
I fucking love Avatar. I bought the complete series like on Blu-ray just to watch it. Cause I remember watching it as a kid, but I never finished like the actual story. And it,
Right.
for a kids TV show, it
Dude.
delves deep into like very nuanced topics. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
people can learn
like
a lot from this.
real world shit, like for sure.
Yeah, and like
Like,
one of the episodes where they go into Ba Sing Se, and that's like what's happening like nowadays. You know how the lady's like,
exactly.
there's no war in Ba Sing Se, when clearly they're walking into it like, what the fuck's
Yeah.
going on? You're getting attacked by
Right.
the Fire Nation. Why does nobody know what's going on here? And it's manipulation from the government. Just like,
Mhm.
that's crazy. I'm like, this isn't a TV show, bro. A kids TV show.
Yeah, there's some very deep themes in that show, like really deep.
And
I
they-
think the only
yeah.
other show that achieves that is Adventure Time, because like the late seasons of Adventure Time, there's like some really like dark shit. Like if you analyze the episodes, like wow, like whoa.
Yeah. And the follow-up series, Legend of Korra, delves even deeper. Like
Mhm.
the legend, like the Avatar, the Last Airbender, that's meant for like 8 to like 10-year-olds, you know, like that kind of age range. What the world when we grew up. And that Legend of Korra is for like those same kids that are in like middle school, bordering high school. And I will, dude, it gets even deeper in there in those episodes. but the season 3, book 3, oh my god, like I had a realization. I was like, oh my fucking god, this is amazing. Like,
That's
I
crazy,
think
man.
book 3, if I'm remembering right, it's about, like, don't listen to what the people in charge tell you, because you know, don't take their word for it. It's all a lie. Like, the people in charge, they're lying to you.
Mhm,
I'm like, my
exactly.
god, fucking right. I never trust the government now.
Yeah, dude. Listen to Avatar. He knows the vibe.
Yeah, back on track. The back in February, website Avatar News first reported on a Nickelodeon Avatar console RPG game in development, which claimed it would be based on the Aang era and released much sooner than expected. And now, I mean, this aligns with it, which is probably what we're going to see at Gamescom next week. Which we might not even do a special episode next week. It might just be a news topic, because I'm excited to see what we're going to see.
Exactly.
But this will be the first Avatar game since the Legend of Korra game. The Legend of Korra game was developed by Platinum Games, which is known for like a Bayonetta and Nier Automata, and somehow that game turned out like shit.
Yeah. Sometimes like you get an all-star studio and they just kind of bum it out. It happens. It's a shame, but that's okay. I got hope. Hopefully we get something good with this.
I'm hoping that it's gonna be really good. I fucking love
Right.
Avatar, and hopefully, like, do you ever? There's a 360 game where you just do tutorial and you get 1,000 gamer score, like it's a meme. You do that and you just get straight 1,000 gamer score, because it's just combo
That's funny.
based.
Right. I get it. That's funny. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, I was like contemplating that. I was like, should I just buy this for like $4 and get 1,000 gamer score easy? Should I do it?
Right.
Should I not? Blah blah blah. It's nah.
Nah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that concludes episode 5 of Pen and Podcast. Eddie, where can our delightful audience find you?
Oh, you. Oh, I have a little side thing
Oh, what's up?
with me flexing my social media. Um, I released a video on Friday and it literally like it blew up like immediately. Like it
Oh,
became my most viewed video ever. Like I went from I posted it and then like I muted my notifications and like an hour later it had 13,000 views. It was fucking
oh,
crazy. Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it went off. Like I got like 600 likes and it just blew up. It was fucking crazy. So yeah,
Oh my
if
god,
you'd
what's
like
it
to go
now?
watch my video, audience, my Instagram is at Eddie Lee Lifts, which is DDIELEELIFTS. You can find me on Instagram, also TikTok, under the same name. But yeah, go check it out. I post daily fitness content, tutorials, workouts, motivation, fun gym edits of me hitting PRs and shit. So if you want to watch that, feel free.
Hell yeah, brother. Go follow this man. He is on a fitness adventure, and it's really cool to see his journey. Hoping to
Thank you, Zach.
replicate with my fitness journey. I just want to fit in my pants, man. Gotta lose some
Oh,
weight.
dude, you'll get there.
I'll get there
I have no
eventually.
doubt.
But thank you for listening, and hopefully you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Woo! Bye, everybody.